my lovely holidays in France.
That would be lovely.
My grandparents, who had a flat in Nice, and who had inherited some land in the hinterland. They call it the hinterland behind Nice, which is half an hour from Nice. And my grandfather then purchased a larger plot of land and the house at the bottom by the river, and that's where we spend all our holidays. Every year came 1st of July till end of September. We were there, especially when we were young. And my grandmother would look after us. And there was a river where we used to bathe every morning when the weather was nice, which was nearly all the time. And we used to sunbathe on the rocks, huge boulders that would fall from the mountain that overlooked the valley, and it's called a bow. A bow, which is a mountain, it looks as if the top has been sliced off, it's flat at the top. And the boulders that come off this bow, landed in the torrent, created like pools, like a dam, an artificial, a dam which gave the depth of water where you could swim, and then we'd sunbathe on those boulders. My grandfather would cultivate the land, and it was like a job to him. He'd get up at 6 every morning, breakfast, and then off he went till midday. When my grandmother would call him, we'd go on the bridge, and she'd go, woo! Because he couldn't have a watch, he was working in the land. He'd come for lunch, then he'd have a siesta, because sun is too hot, he can't work in the early afternoon, so he used to go to bed with a huge pillow over his stomach, don't know why, probably to aid digestion, I presume, and then he'd be off again till 6 o'clock, and he worked every day of the week. I think he had a break Saturday morning, they used to go shopping for food, and then the only day off, Sunday. And then we'd dress up and go and visit his relatives in the nearby village. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. My grandmother kept, like I was telling you, all the food in this bassin, as they call it. We had our own spring, which was the most delicious, cold, pure, beautiful water. We were very fortunate, because not every property has got their own spring. We used to wash there at the bassin, and then of course, once a week, we'd have the tin bath. My grandmother would make the fire in the little stove. She would gather, fir cones to start the fire.
Fir cones,
we had
yes.
wood, of course we had wood, because quite a lot of land my grandfather had. And he grew, what did he grow? Runner beans, tomatoes, courgettes. They had all the fruit trees. We had plums, apricots, peaches, apples, quinces, pears. He grew strawberries. He even made his own manure. My grandfather always went to the loo in a special place, and he kept it. And he had a special container. And it was so funny. So all this stuff went into this sort of sprayer. So he'd go off to spray the strawberries, and of course you can imagine the stench. But my little brother and sister loved it. Whenever my grandfather did that, they were right behind. They were fascinated by the whole operation. You couldn't tear them away from the spraying of the strawberries.
Jenny, I don't know where you get these tales from.
From reality.
Carry on.
Yeah.
They're really good.
So we had strawberries occasionally. And yeah, my grandmother used to make jams. So we used to have all this fresh food. The only thing they had to buy was the meat. Then occasionally they would buy a live hen or rabbit from a relative, and then they decided they were going to kill it. And then my grandmother would say, right, darling, talking to my grandfather, isn't it time we kill this rabbit? So of course I would run then. I'd disappear. I would go up the path behind the house, as far as I could go, and I'd wait, I'd sit there, wait. Well, what seemed like a long time, come back, and they still hadn't killed the rabbit. So and I'm sure my grandmother used to say that to get rid of us, to get us from under her feet, to have a bit of peace and quiet.
And did you never kill a rabbit?
Oh, she did. Yeah. Oh, well, not me, but they did.
You didn't?
Yeah, they did. But that's, you know, my father used to say, he said, don't be a hypocrite now. If you're going to eat meat, you've got to realize somebody's got to kill it. And why shouldn't it be you? You know, why get somebody else to do the deed while you enjoy the meat? If you're going to eat the meat, you should have the gut to kill the animal, to watch it. You know, he says, sorry.
Well, that is
he had a
true.
point, didn't he?
Yes,
He
that
had
was
a
a good
point.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how, but that's what people did, and it's fresh that way, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know.